secondary to that main point that I think we'll get into in a little bit. We're going to play something from James White in a little bit, really get into this main point of, does God really love and provide a means of salvation to everyone or not? Because that's really the dividing line.
Finally, something we agree on. But let's talk about what exactly this dividing line is. He mentioned two questions. Does God love everyone? And does God provide a means of salvation for everyone? As usual, I have absolutely no intention of offering you some emotionally driven philosophy regarding these two questions. Does God love everyone?
These 6 things the Lord hates. Yes, 7 are an abomination to him. A proud look, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked plans, feet that are swift in running to evil, a false witness who speaks lies, and one who sows discord among brethren.
But when Rebekah also had conceived by one man, even by our father Isaac, for the children not yet being born, nor having done any good or evil, that the purpose of God according to election might stand, not of works, but of him who calls, it was said to her, the older shall serve the younger. As it is written, Jacob I have loved, but Esau I have hated.
Now, I don't want to leave the other side without a response to that. So correct me if I'm wrong, but the Provisionists would say, well, what about passages like John 3:16? For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, so that whosoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. I don't have any argument whatsoever with the idea that whosoever believes in the atonement of Christ on the cross should have everlasting life and not perish. But what you're forgetting is why you believe. This belief in the gospel is also referred to as having faith, which Ephesians Chapter 2 says is a gift from God. But it's not something you do, it's not of works, it's a gift from God, so that you can't boast of it. Provisionism teaches the idea that you can exercise faith without being born again, that you can somehow be faithful to God from a place of being in the flesh. As if any person in the entire world at all times has the free will ability to simply submit themselves to God out of nowhere. When Romans 8:7 clearly says that those who are in the flesh cannot please God, they do not submit themselves to the law of God because they are not even able to do so. But why are they unable to submit themselves to the law of God? Just like Jesus says, he who commits sin is a slave to sin. He must be set free by the Son of the living God. So this is a choice that Jesus is making, to set someone free from being a slave to sin. A prisoner can't set himself free. He's either got to be let go by the captor, or some third party who has the ability to set him free has to come and do it. So why doesn't Jesus just go around the world like Santa Claus all in one night and get everyone free from sin? Why not just set everyone free? Big deal, right? If everyone is set free from sin, then not even one person faces judgment, and no one in the universe ever gets to witness firsthand that God is holy. And you might say, well, what about God's mercy? That's holy, isn't it? Yes, absolutely, but it's not a complete picture of his holiness according to Romans chapter 9.
Who are you to reply against God? Will the thing formed say to him who formed it, why have you made me like this? Does not the potter have power over the clay, from the same lump to make one vessel for honor and another for dishonor? What if God, wanting to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath prepared for destruction, and that he might make known the riches of his glory on the vessels of mercy, which he had prepared beforehand for glory?